Jason Lee Podcast.
All right, welcome back to an all-new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Yes, I'm wearing one of my looks from Fashion Week because no, I have yet to unpack. It is what it is. Hot off the plane from New York and Paris, where I spent a great amount of time replugging into my Jason Lee world. Look, I have to say to everybody out there watching, all of the people who support me, fans of the show, fans of Hollywood Unlocked, thank you so much for being patient with me as I get everything on track. I am managing a lot in my world. I'm only one person between the city and Hollywood Unlocked, the Jason Lee Show, Jason Lee Podcast, Award Show, You know, thank God for my team, but it has been a lot. But I went to Paris, and I will tell you, I had a blast. I plugged back into the vein of the culture, and it was like going back to high school. Except you like the people there. I had a good time. Shout out to Sergi Baca, Christian Louboutin, all my friends that I saw along the way. I met Sofia Vergara for the first time. Sofia Vergara is gorgeous. She's even prettier in person. She's exactly the same person you see on TV. She's fine as hell. I'm not going to tell you who she was with, but she was with a fine-ass man. And I don't know what their relationship was because they weren't all over each other, because in that same room was Leonardo DiCaprio, Johnny Depp. It was a room full of a bunch of amazing people. I went with Christian Louboutin and Law Roach, who I saw out there. Shout out to Law. This is Law's world. Law, the law of the land in Paris Fashion Week, and all things fashion is Law. He, it was good to see my friend who's thriving in all areas of fashion doing his thing out there. I did see Heidi Klum. I don't really like bothering people I don't know. Shout out to Davido. I partied with Davido at Club Lark. And I can't remember everybody I saw because, Jaden Smith, I kicked it with him a couple times. There were so many people that were just out and about. I also met the girl Jodie, the actress, the black actress who's in all these new movies, Tron. Jodie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Something was going on, so I didn't get to talk to her, but she was on her way out. I'll just leave it at that. I went to all the things. I didn't go to all the shows because I'm not a fashionista, but I will say I'm going to be at all the fashion weeks now just for the networking of it all. Because I also shout out to Paris Hilton. I ran to you at a party. Edward Eddingfall, who was the editor-in-chief of Vogue UK, British Vogue, who now has his own magazine, his own property. He's a fan of mine. He saw me and he wants to have a Kiki. I said, Edward, let me find out the Kiki in Paris. Anyway, everybody watches the train wreck because we all are thinking what I think. It's just that some of you have these deals that don't let you say and do the things that I do, but I'm fully committed to being the voice of the culture. I also went to New York to celebrate Ad Week with Gary Vee. Met a lot of great CMOs from different companies because we want all your money. And I stopped by iHeart to see Charlemagne the God for literally 5 minutes to celebrate the anniversary for the Black Effect Network. So I'm going to give you a round of applause because he created a podcast network in partnership with iHeart Media to help Black content creators create a bunch of podcasts. So you can go over there to Black Effect Network and see what they got going on. He didn't sign my show, which is probably a sign for God that I needed a bigger situation because Charlemagne, I like the, hold on, where's it at? And y'all weren't giving that to me. Anyway, I'm back now here to do my job. There's lots going on. And yes, I'm late with the Cardi B tea, but y'all know that's why you were waiting for me. Let's roll it. All right, listen, Karrueche Cakes is in the news again. Karrueche, hey KK. Karrueche is in the news again with her and Deion Sanders because they've been spotted together again. Why we are managing this relationship, I don't know, because they both have the right to be happy. Even though he broke my girl Tracy Edmonds' heart. You know what you did. And even though she broke my boy Chris Brown's heart because he broke her heart first. Either way, both of them, one man's trash is another man's treasure. One woman's trash is another man's treasure. But either way, they're in a whole treasure box because Deion Sanders and Karrueche Tran are back in the news as the actress once again supports her rumored man during another medical procedure. Now, look, we all may be jumping to conclusions. She could be his hospice worker, right? She could be working.
They could just be good friends. I don't know.
She's helping him clearly through his situation. She could be a whole hospice worker Remember when we told you the 37-year-old Karrueche was seen crying while she was supporting her 57-year-old 20-year difference, not that it matters, Coach Prime Man, during his bladder cancer removal surgery? Well, in July, Deion revealed that earlier this year, he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of bladder cancer. But after treatment, he's considered cured. Let me give him a round of applause. We're glad that you're doing better. But what you're not cured of is that we're going to keep talking about this relationship that I personally have no vested interest in and quite frankly do not care. We had recapped all of this on episode 95 of the podcast, including the girl code drama with Karrueche and Deion's ex-fiancée, Tracy. Now, Tracy Edmonds, as you may not know or may know, she's the ex-wife of Kenny Babyface Edmonds. She kept her name the same way Tina did Ike. She then went off and got in a relationship with Deion. Deion was her man, but I think he was, I'll say allegedly doing some things on the side with some women. And again,
allegedly.
Heavy on the allegedly. Well, anyway, Tracy found out. I think they were engaged. They were like literally, she just found out that the relationship was over and they moved on. Well, since making headlines together, Karrueche has seemingly confirmed they're dating. Now, mind you, Karrueche was an actress in something that Tracy had produced because Tracy is a successful TV producer. So people were saying she broke the girl code because this is your boss and now here you are. She gave you an opportunity and here you go off and now you up with her man. But then again, it's not her man because her man was somebody else's man when he was her man too. Anyway, neither one of these people have made it official outright. They've not said anything. So now, 2 months later, Karrueche and Deion are back in the headlines again as she accompanies him for his 16th surgery in 3 years. Let me pause here. Would you be with a man that needed 16 surgeries?
Yes, if we fell in love. I already know you when you be taking care of somebody who's sick. But if you fall in love with somebody, you never know.
Do not disrespect my name like that. You don't know what I wouldn't do. Okay.
I can guess.
Okay, so you don't think I would be with somebody who needed 16 surgeries?
I think once they got to surgery number 7, you'd be like, okay, this is a little much. Because you got to take care of them.
Okay.
You're constantly taking them to the hospital.
First of all, Andrew would be helping. Is it inappropriate to have your assistant take your boyfriend to the doctor?
No.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of people do.
Okay, well, let me say this. I'm not going to get you unhealthy. Like, if you come in with needing a bunch of surgeries or if you've had a lot of surgeries or you have lots of doctor's appointments on your calendar, and it's no shade. It's just that my life right now, I don't have the time to keep up with your appointment schedules and your medicine pill taking and all that. So, like, that's just me. Now, if we get together, we're locked in, we're married, we're like in it, and then you got some stuff going on, your gallbladder got to get removed, you got this, that, scans, this, that. I'm going to be with you, I'm going to roll with you.
Mm-hmm. What if they have to like wear a catheter?
No. I'm not laying in the bed with nobody who can roll over and then have a shit splatter all over my bed because you done popped the colostomy bag. No. Would you? If you had to roll over and sleep next to diarrhea every night, you telling me you would do that?
If we're in love, I just don't know if I'm gonna like end everything because they have a colostomy
You're having
bag.
sex and then the bag pops. Who do you call? I don't even like when
The
Gucci
maid.
and Chanel make a mess on the floor. No, well, anyway, that's not their situation because they're not even dating like that. At least we don't know that they are. But she's been with him now on his 16th surgery. Now, Karrueche used to have long, beautiful hair. Look right there in the picture. All this hair is gone now. I don't know if it's gone because she just can't keep up with her appointments because she has to go to all these appointments. Well, anyway, days before Deion's latest operation, he addressed his limp at a recent Colorado game. He later confirmed doctors found more blood clots in his leg, leaving him tremendous throbbing pain. Take a look.
I'm having a procedure today. Prayerfully, I'll be right back tomorrow because I don't miss practice. I don't plan on doing such. But it is what it is, and we found what we found. We knew what it was. So I have a wonderful team of doctors in UC Health and a wonderful team of trainers here to make sure and ensure my health. And it's not like I'm doing something. I got a lot of well wishes of people talking about, you need to slow down, you need to, if they could break it. It has nothing to do with me working in the level that I'm trying to compete at. It's hereditary. It is what it is. It's nothing that I could have done to stop what's transpiring, nothing that I could have taken or something that I'm just not abiding by. It is what it is. Sometimes it's just what it is. And I trust God with all my heart and all my soul and all my mind. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to.
First of all, Deion, you look good for 57 years old. Let's just start with that. Second of all, you too old to have the Meta glasses on with that camera. I saw the little camera in the corner. What you got Meta glasses on? Who are you recording? You and Karrueche at the bedside. You look good. You look healthy. I pray sincerely, and all jokes aside, I pray that you're doing okay and that you do better, because I'm enjoying watching your sons in the rise of their success and you being able to be a part of that. And you've been a significant part of the culture and sports culture that all of the people I know that have grown up watching you, including me, have enjoyed. So I hope that you're doing well. But yeah, this is part of aging. We get older and we start finding things like you and I are going to get bad news at some point. Hopefully not soon. Not soon, but I mean at some point, right? We don't just what do you think? We just going to die in our sleep one day? And
I don't think everybody has to get some horrible disease and die a painful death. I think that's not the way everyone goes.
I mean, they just tried to kill Dolly Parton. She was minding her business.
She said, I was just tired. Leave me alone.
I ain't dead yet. Shout out to you, Dolly Parton. Well, as mentioned, Deion was back in the operating room with Karrueche supporting him. And, of course, it was captured on video. Look.
Wheezy, you see? Rocking it, baby.
Yes, sir.
I rarely take it off.
You get it.
Drive down to the sauce. Oh, I've been here 16 times in the last 3 years. In the same position. Never doubting God, never stressing, never second guessing.
Yep.
So let me I have to understand this because I've known Karrueche for a long. Karrueche, I've known you for a long time. I remember. I mean, of course, Chris Brown. I mean, I'm not going to go through the list, but I would just say, I know your type of man. This is giving pension. This is giving vacations. This is giving will. This is not giving. I don't.
Will.
I'm just saying, nobody on earth saw this coming. Did you see this coming?
No, definitely not.
And Karrueche, you're not. I don't know you to be that type of girl where you're standing over the bedside hoping for the best in whatever the best is. You don't give me that girl. But the economy and everything is hard right now. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's hard for her. Look, this is not me bashing Kay. And look, I don't care what anybody thinks about what I say, because no matter what I say, you guys twist it. You guys twist it online. I'm saying that does this girl that we all know, and even if we know her in real life like I do, or we know her through the screen like you do we see her as the girl that's been waiting her whole life for him?
He could be the Prince Charming she always dreamed about when she watched Disney movies. He could be the one.
The way he charmed Tracy when he was cheating on her, allegedly, when he was doing whatever he was doing on her with the other girls.
People evolve and grow. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
No, they don't. No, they don't. We evolve and we grow, but we still, for me, I've evolved. Oh, I'm still the vice mayor of Stockton, by the way. I've evolved, but I still am me.
Mm-hmm. But I think also he's facing health issues. He's getting older. He's watching his kids, you said, move into careers.
And that's what made her want him.
No, I think that made him maybe want to settle down and dig his roots in deeper and just be in a circumstance that's committed and happy and successful. And maybe she's loving it and she's in love with him.
What roots do you think Deion Sanders has to give her?
That the roots can go deep.
So Karrueche doesn't have a baby. Her first baby's going to be with him?
Yeah, why not?
Do you think
they will have a beautiful baby?
Okay. So you're team K and Deion.
Yeah, I hope they are together and happy. And I hope she's not just his
so
hospice
you literally
nurse.
Came to the show today to be the good cop.
I think I'm always the good cop.
No, I'm always the good cop. Okay, well, I don't like it. I don't like it. I like what it symbolizes for other people out there. Take care of your elders. Be a supportive partner. Stand by your man no matter what. And I don't know enough because you guys didn't give us a Cliff Notes version of how this even happened. Like, how did we even get here? Why are we involved in a relationship we knew nothing about? You two should have done some type of documentary or some type of clip to like share how you all fell in love. Like, was she standing on the corner eating ice cream? You were driving by or riding by on a horse off of practice, and then you saw her, so you pulled over and you said, "Hey, Kay, want to come with May?" And then she came with you, and then now she's your girl, and then now you need her the way she needed you. Is she at your house managing your properties? Did she move in? Are you guys having sex? Are you having sex without protection? Like, how close is the relationship? Because that matters too. Like, you know what I mean?
And then she'll be the stepmom to the sons.
Who's older than her or her age? They're like her age. So I'm not age shaming because men do it all the time, but I'm just like, and then now you're dating 57-year-old Deion Sanders while TMZ is asking if you miss Chris Brown. Like, the whole thing is weird. But Kay, I know you. I will say this, and Kay knows me, so she's not gonna be in her feelings about what I'm saying. And if so, I don't care. Deion, you got a good one if you did get Karrueche, because Karrueche is a sweet, loving, loyal girl. So, Kay, that means you're not having sex with nobody else but Deion. So that this is it.
I can't.
And when you're dating somebody who's going through all these procedures, they're clearly not sexually active right now.
Why not?
Maybe his mouth, but not like.
Not while he's on the hospital bed, but when he gets home after a week or two, he can jump back into action.
And do what?
He pop that honey pack.
I love honey packs. I don't think you should disrespect honey packs either.
That's not disrespectful to honey packs. That's great.
I think honey packs are an essential part of our diet.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I got more stuff to talk about. Good luck, y'all. Bye. All right. Beyoncé and Alicia Keys are in the news. I bet you haven't heard these names together in a long time. They did that song back in the day that we never got visuals for. And Beyonce's one to not drop a visual because, like she said during Renaissance, you're the visual, because I heard she didn't like the ones that came out. But whatever. Have you ever wondered why we never got the full music video to Beyonce and Alicia Keys' song, Put It in a Love Song? Do you remember that song? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that there was never a video and people wanted to see it?
No, I didn't recall that until this conversation.
This was a thing.
Yeah.
Because this is not what I said. This is what the streets said. And I'm just going to say this. The streets were saying that when Beyonce showed up to do the video, Alicia did her part first, and then Beyonce did Beyonce, and Alicia was like, we're not putting this out. That's what the word said. That wasn't allegedly. Allegedly. I've met Alicia Keys very briefly, and I've met Beyonce, even though y'all said she was running for me. She would never and could never. Do your thing, TikTok. They don't seem like the shady type of girls that are going to do this to each other. Like, both are supportive, confident women. Both are extremely successful. This girl right here can play a piano, sing, run around. Well, she don't really run, but she's an amazing artist. And this one right here is probably the best living artist that we have right now. Well, they did a song back in the day called Put It in a Love Song. And you'll never believe the apparent answer. According to Beyonce's daddy. What?
I already know what you're going to say.
What? Go ahead. What am I going to say?
That he's talked too much.
Why, Mathew? Why? Like, why? Why are you telling us Beyonce's business? Why? Beyonce, I know that you watch everything that happens on the internet because it's Beyonce's internet. You're going to see this clip. Do your thing, TikTok. Can you please call me? Like, just call me or DM me or ask Neil or Ty Hunter or Aisha Francis, ask Kim Burse, ask what's the
Sir John.
Sir John. Please ask somebody around you for my number and just give me a call. Can we just cut through all the help and just call me directly so we can have a conversation? Because if you want somebody to spill your tea, let me do it so I can profit from it. Your daddy who cheated on your mama and got that whole baby and ruined your family, ruined everything in the business and got evicted from your life as a manager is out here talking about things that are none of his damn business. But nonetheless, Mathew, we're glad that you did because we've been wanting to know what the hell happened. Okay, well, Mathew Knowles, her daddy, used to be her manager, says that her label was to blame, and he claims that Sony never paid the Brazilian gangsters whose hood the video was being shot in. So they wanted money. Apparently they didn't pay. And, online you can go and find behind the scenes of the shoot. But here's what Mathew told our friend Carlos King about why we never saw the visuals.
What happened to the Alicia Keys and Beyonce music video for
what?
and a love song? Where is it? Mr. Knowles.
Which video?
Mr. Don't tell on my trick me, Mr. Knowles.
What are you talking about?
The music video.
What song?
Say you love me, put it in a love song, put it in a love song. Put it in a love song on Alicia Keys' album. I want to say I shot in Brazil. We saw a little glimpse of it.
So I get a phone call because I'm not a micromanager, and they're in the projects hood ghetto in Rio, and Sony hadn't paid the gangsters, and they had to be helicoptered out of there. A whole lot you don't know, young man. Yeah. It's a lot that people don't know.
What? What was that long pause for?
Because he said they had to have them helicoptered out of the hood in Brazil.
First of all, he said the hood ghetto. Mathew, we know that you grew up working, or you were working at IBM and had all that middle class money, but please don't refer to our hood ghettos as a white woman shopping in Kroger's. I mean, who are you talking about? Who are you talking to? And don't be bashing the country of Brazil, because me and Rob are going.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to go straight to that hood ghetto, right? And we're going to survive it. Matter of fact, shout out to the hood ghetto. Those flowers are for every hood ghetto and everything that lives in it around the world, because I am a product of the hood ghetto. Interesting. That's interesting that we never got the video because the gang members almost killed you. But it's even more interesting how much money Beyonce made Sony and they didn't bail you out. You had to get airlifted out by Black Hawk 3. What is the world coming to? I still think you should mind your business. Like, he had no reason to tell that business, right?
Well, he was asked a direct question, so if he had the tea, he's
why is he doing interviews? Why?
Because he's the father of the world's most famous performer and artist. Of course.
I won't lie. And I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but I'm glad my parents aren't around to do anything, because my mother would be doing interviews right now. My mother was... Did you ever meet my mom?
No.
My mother would have loved to go on a show to praise me and also tear me down. I am thankful that she is resting in paradise somewhere. Okay. Well, Beyonce, Alicia, you both now are in your late 40s, and you can get together with some Geritol and actually remake this song in a video.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be good.
Put it in a video.
And they don't have to have them in the gang-infested territory of Brazil.
No, they need to go right back to the gangs. But this time they need to take Julius, DJ Khaled, Dolly Parton.
Oh, yeah.
And us. We'll fight them off for you. Do you want to see this video years later, though?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love both of them, so I want to see it.
I love Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Is Alicia Keys underrated?
I don't think she's underrated.
No, she's respected.
Yeah.
But do you think she's appreciated as much as she should be?
I just don't think she's put out a massive amount of music. That's the part of the problem. Like, she's not consistently putting out albums, so people aren't always talking about her, but she's a legend, so she's always going to be, like you said, respected.
She's a legend?
Yeah.
Already?
I think she is.
A legend?
Yeah.
Diana Ross is a legend.
Yeah. But Diana Ross is an icon. A legend.
And a legend, right.
Yeah. So, well, she's legendary, I guess.
Okay. Well, hopefully, maybe you guys can get together and do something for TikTok. All right, bye. Oh, my God. My favorite is up next, Bad Bunny, Benito. First of all, can we just give him a round of applause? Benito, your team is so good, and you are so good. You are doing everything right. I have liked you ever since I saw you at the Billboard Power 100 situation where you were honoring you said a lot of good things about your manager, and the way you talked about him and showed up for him was amazing. And I thought you were very humble then. And then, I hung out with Bad Bunny once and was able to spend a lot of time with him and watch just how nice you were, how low-key you were. He knows I love hookah. He brought his hookah man over to let me smoke my own hookah. I smoked Bad Bunny shisha. And then, just a really good, nice guy. And have been able to go to his shows and see his performances. And did you go over to the show with me?
I didn't.
Okay.
But he is in Dominican Republic in November. So
we need to go. Phenomenal show. First of all, he gonna bring them all out in DR. But no, I mean, he's just an amazing artist. And the fact that he set up a residency in Puerto Rico to not only draw attention to Puerto Rico, but he made over $400 million for the, I was going to say the country, but I know it's not a country, but it's a part of our country. It's an outlying state.
that's a
See,
yes,
it's a common law what? Okay, Johnny's Puerto Rican, so that's what it is. Anyway, it's a part of the United States. Well, Latin superstar Bad Bunny is headlining the 2026 Super Bowl. Let me just go and give him. And this marks his second time on the big stage after he and J Balvin joined Shakira and Jennifer Lopez's 2020 show. Super Bowl 60 takes place in Santa Clara, California. That's right down the street from Stockton, so we can all head right over there. I'm going to be there on February 8th, and will feature not only the Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers, but also Benito from Puerto Rico. The feat adds to his monumental year, which he began, like I told you, with his new album in January, followed by a historic 31-show residency in PR. Kicked off in July. Now, Jay-Z, whose Rock Nation company oversees production for the NFL and Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show, said, quote, "What Benito has done and continues to do for Puerto Rico is truly inspiring. We are honored to have him on the world's biggest stage." However, Donald Trump and his administration are holding the applause for Benito, Puerto Rico, and their people. And here's what he told Newsmax's Greg Kelly about the whole situation.
The NFL just chose the Bad Bunny Rabbit, or whatever his name, this guy who hates ICE. He doesn't like you. He accuses everything he doesn't like of racism. Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL, like a boycott or something along those lines? This guy does not seem like a unifying entertainer, and a lot of folks don't even know who he is.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And while we're at it, I'd like them to change the kickoff rule, which looks ridiculous, where the ball is kicked and the ball is floating in the air and everyone's standing there watching it. It's ridiculous. It's not any safer than the regular kickoff. I think it just looks so terrible. I think it really demeans football, to be honest with you. It's a great game, but it demeans football. Do you know what I mean by that? The kickoff rule, the new kickoff rule.
Obviously, Trump is upset. And I find it so interesting that all they've done is just say that Bad Bunny is going to perform and they want to boycott. Yet, when Colin Kaepernick took a kneel in silent protest, he not only lost his job, but every other athlete was threatened. And you basically taught all your good slaves how not to behave. And it really, I mean, Bad Bunny's presence alone and being named as the performer is making you reveal your racism and your hate towards cultures that are not yours. I mean, isn't that obvious?
Yeah, and also I think it's just somebody needs to call the nurse because the patient got loose again. So he says he doesn't know who Bad Bunny is, which we know is a lie. It's similar to the way he tries to disparage Taylor Swift just because she doesn't like him, or any other artist who doesn't like him. But he also doesn't know who the president of Puerto Rico is. I mean, he slipped up on that the other day. So, I mean, you're the president of Puerto Rico, but you don't know that you're the president of Puerto Rico. That's the same place he went and threw paper towels at people. So, I mean, this man is just unhinged. He's shown his racist slip many times.
And the reporter saying Bad Bunny Rabbit, you know who Bad Bunny is. Bad Bunny is one of the biggest artists in the world. He did more for Puerto Rico than our own government has with respect to the $400 million he brought for the local economy. The fact that he forced everybody to go see his show there. I wanted to go. I'm mad that I didn't know that it was going to end so fast. But just, I find it really ironic that whether you're Bad Bunny and Mia, anybody who's reached any level of success, people are always waiting to tear you down and to little boy you and to tell you that you don't matter. But yet he has you all up in arms just by nature of his name being said. Elsewhere, Trump's ICE officials are threatening to wrangle up illegal immigrants at the event, which is the exact reason why Bad Bunny opted not to tour in the United States this year. Now they're back in harm's way with Benito set to perform on the world's biggest stage. Now here's what Trump advisor Corey Lewandowski had to say on the Benny Show. Listen.
ICE have enforcement at the Super Bowl for the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show?
Benny, there is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in this country illegally, not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. We will find you. We will apprehend you. We will put you in a detention facility and we will deport you. So know that that is a very real situation under this administration, which is completely contrary to how it used to be. That said, look, the NFL has been so woke for so many years. They finally decided to make a comeback. They finally had people stand up for our great national anthem. But remember, these guys, Colin Kaepernick used to say, well, I wasn't being chosen to play in the NFL team because I was kneeling. No, you sucked, and that's why you weren't being played. That's why no team wanted to pick you up, because they're a business is the bottom line.
Benny, you don't even sound like you have balls big enough to play in the NFL, so we're not really listening to you. Turn the pitch down in your voice. This administration's legacy is going to be how it made racism rise to the top. At least that's what I think.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's ridiculous that they're trying to make this big fiasco that ICE is going to be at the Super Bowl rounding people up. First of all, they're rounding up street vendors, farm workers, and construction workers. None of those people are buying a ticket to the Super Bowl. So, like, you're going there to just put on a show and cause, trauma to people who are watching it. This is all based on race, too.
Can you please take this clip and send it to anybody who's Mexican or Puerto Rican or Dominican? I just want to know how agitated you all are that you voted for. You got tricked into voting for somebody who literally is attacking your own community. I mean, and they're starting with the group that they think are the weakest, you, and then they're going to come to the black group and then women. I mean, this is how this thing works when you're dismantling democracy, right? And a lot of people can say, oh, you're a leftist, you're a leftist. Those are just dumb people that have no intelligent argument for what they see happening around them and why they've allowed it to happen. But anyway, it's interesting to see the Benny Show's perspective on the matter. When all I heard was hate, 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 I didn't hear anything about how important it was to build bridges and da-da-da-da. Anyway, meanwhile, NFL legend Eric Dickerson told Bad Bunny to go back to his homeland for allegedly saying nasty things and hating the U.S., even though Puerto Rican is a part of the United States. Look.
I'm not surprised the NFL to do something like this. That's how they have that political crap. They like they good guys and they not. But, Bad Bunny, where's Bad Bunny from?
He's from Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico. If you don't like the U.S., keep his ass over there.
Apparently, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S.
I know, but still, if you don't want, he don't like the U.S. I mean, don't come in and perform.
Eric, you don't look like you have many days left on Earth, and so I pray that the pacemaker that's keeping you alive continues to function, that you stay away from magnets, and that you in no way have sex with some young girl like Karrueche who could exacerbate an already struggling heart. It's people like you that look like me that make me even more sick. Like, what? Stay over there, keep them people at home. They want you to go back to your country. Your country is the same country as his country, idiot. The reason why I don't like talking online anymore is this low vibrational dialogue is just, you are literally 193 and a half years old. Eric, better than to say some foolishness like that. Go back to your country is the only argument you have. Now, I can appreciate you're a patriot or you love the United States. We all love the United States. But the best part about it is our ability to have free speech and to say what we believe. You have free speech, too, even though it should be charged for what you just said. But I think that we have to be able to not just tell people to go back to wherever their ancestors originated from for us to be able to win an argument. Like, let's have a conversation. And why would you want him to go away? Because he has the courage to call things out. Mind you, when you think about the genocide in Gaza or you think about the genocide in Congo, a lot of celebrities have been quiet because of their fear for cancel culture or whatever. But behind the scenes, a lot of people have been talking about it, right? By the way, there's supposed to be a rumored settlement between. It's Trump. We'll just wait until we see it. But we do hope that the hostages get to go home soon. What do you think about Eric? That's somebody's grandpa.
I think he should. I think people should stop responding to questions when they're asked by paparazzi if they don't have a full scope of what they're talking about. Because, like you said, you sound ridiculous as a black man telling another person of color to go back where they came from. That is the most disgusting, disrespectful thing I could hear come out of a black person's mouth. And like to your point earlier, if they're starting there. But they coming for us too. They just raided that building in Chicago.
What do you mean they coming? They're coming out.
Zip tying little black kids naked on the street, propelling down from helicopters.
Black Hawks.
Black Hawk and you have the audacity to sit up here and say that? It's disgusting.
But don't you low key wish that his teeth would have fell out like Dame Dash?
Dame Dash gonna cuff you.
No, he ain't. First of all, Dame Dash is too busy fighting the allegations that he lied about being the CEO of Revolt. Shout out to DeTavio, the real CEO. Dame Dash, you remember growing up when they used to have, because they used to have, denture cream commercials. Remember where they would show people how to put your dentures in and lock them in?
Hey, in your mouth.
Yes.
I remember the ones where you put it in the cup and it starts bubbling.
Yeah, I remember, yeah. But wouldn't it have made this more interesting if Eric's teeth would have fell out?
That would have been entertaining.
Yeah.
And it would have gone viral, but I guess this did.
Listen, I'm a journalist. I stand by what I say. All right, next. Bye. Wait, put it back. Damn, he's so fine. Isn't he fine?
Did you see him on SNL?
I didn't get to see it.
Oh man.
What do you do?
It's just
he's fine.
He's just, his energy is just very he has very sexy swag. At one point he told him, he said a whole rant in Spanish. He did a whole rant in Spanish, like he's doing the Super Bowl for all of his Latinos and Latinas around the world. And he said, and if you don't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn. I said, this man is kudos.
But you know what else makes it, even when you meet him, he's so nice and humble.
Yeah.
You guys, the MAGA people, you can take a lesson from his playbook. Because you can be powerful, influential, and successful and make a lot of money, but still be a nice person. The country's kind of gotten away from being nice.
Ugh, that's gone. And the guys did under Christianity, which is the worst part.
Praise God. All right, next. Bye. All right, Diddy. He over there in jail fighting for his life. He is back in jail. He was finally sentenced in his RICO case. Rob doesn't like Diddy, so let me just go ahead and preface it with that. And look, there's a lot of people that don't, whether you like him or not, I've heard bad things about Diddy for years, but remember, he was up for a RICO charge with thoughts that he had weapons of mass destruction. He was accused of blowing up people's cars, beating women. We saw that. And doing all types of other things. And quite frankly, he was found innocent of a lot of that. But he did get found guilty of a couple of things. Now, Diddy has officially been sentenced in the federal sex trafficking and racketeering case. That's what started all this. After being found guilty of 2 prostitution-related charges. Two prostitution-related charges. Now, I have not followed Rob around his life for his whole life. But prostitution is paying for sex.
Oh, God.
I'm sure if you break all that down, somebody has taken somebody to eat, somebody's taking somebody to get clothes, somebody's taking somebody to go get a Chanel bag. There is pain and sex involved in. Anyway, I won't ask you. But anyway, these were 2 prostitution-related charges back in July. Is when he was when he was found guilty, and the mogul has then since been sentenced to 50 months, 4 years in federal prison for prostitution. Let me just start by saying that I think that is absolutely unfair. I'm gonna go ahead and foresee the future. He's gonna get pardoned by Trump for sure. The pardon's coming, and this is a pardon that I think is well deserved. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's similar to when OJ got off for murder. Did we think OJ did it? Of course OJ did it. But the reason why the country was happy that OJ got off wasn't because they thought he wasn't a murderer. It's because there's been so many of us that have been abused by the system for so long. I just saw a guy that got out and sued New York for like $15 million, something crazy, because he was convicted for several years, 2 decades or something, for something he didn't do. That anytime somebody gets a win, even if it's wrong, we celebrate it. Now, 4 years for 2 forms of prostitution. So should Cassie go to jail for 4 years for prostitution? Because she was prostituting too. I mean, she was, in many ways, I saw a video, an interview online where Cassie, they were talking about how this one guy was saying she was a cum dump for him and Diddy, and that she was as much involved in the sex as everybody else. So now he's going to jail. So if me and you both have sex or are sexually involved with the prostitutes, do we not all go to jail? I don't know. I feel real uneasy about this. Do I think he should do some time for prostitution? Yes. But I know prostitutes in San Joaquin County and in Stockton who ain't getting 4 years for prostitution. I think he's getting the 4 years because everybody right now, not everybody, but a lot of people don't like Diddy for the things that he's done over the years. And this is not a I love Diddy thing because I don't love Diddy. He's not my friend. But I'm looking at the situation and saying, okay, you couldn't get him for the RICO stuff. You couldn't get him for the racketeering. You couldn't get him for the weapons. You couldn't get him for all these other high-level charges that would have put him away forever. But you got him on prostitution. Now you want to give him 50 months? 50 months seems crazy. Now, listen carefully to how Rob tells you how I'm completely wrong and how he deserved more than he got. Go.
I'm not going to say anything about him deserving more than he got, but we talked about this prior on a prior show, and I said, no, I don't think he's going to get put away forever, but I do think he's going to have to serve some time to repent for the crimes that he's committed. I do believe that this is a slippery slope of a conversation because most sexual assault victims do not speak up because they feel like there's nothing that can be done. The perpetrators of sexual violence usually don't get caught. They don't get punished for what they've done. So most people don't speak up. And I think it's a very dangerous conversation. That's why I'm trying to tread lightly. I do think Cassie was a victim. That's why she was paid out a large sum of money. That's why she was asked to testify. So I do believe she was a victim. I believe.
Of what part?
Of being.
She was a victim of domestic violence, for
correct.
sure. Okay.
Yeah, and I think she was also a victim of sexual violence.
Okay. Explain.
So, well, she made it clear she didn't want men peeing in her mouth. She didn't want to have multiple sex partners that she didn't know, but she was kind of in a situation that she couldn't escape.
She's saying that.
Correct.
The people who were peeing in her mouth and the people that were nutting in her are all saying different.
Not all of them.
Some of them.
Correct. So that's what, again.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, this is not like, we're not talking about Princess Diana. We're not even talking about Meghan Markle. We're talking about Cassie, who again, my mind can see her being beat on the video and say that's fucked up and he should go to jail for that. And that's wrong. He's wrong. She's a victim and she didn't deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
And also go, but she has, and she had sex with her man. These people he paid to have sex with her. She was a willing participant. Some are saying that she wanted them to ejaculate inside her, or that they did. There's no crime other than the paid prostitution, but they both benefited from the prostitution.
Again, I don't think the rehashing of if Cassie was wanting these things to happen to her is relevant. No, I'm saying I don't think it's relevant to whether or not he deserved more time in jail, because like you said, what he was charged with wasn't those certain things. But I do believe.
Do you think Cassie should have got some
absolutely
time?
Not. No.
So they both participate in prostitution, but only one goes to jail.
But I don't think she was a willing participant in it. That's my opinion.
Well, then that would be called rape.
Correct.
He wasn't convicted of rape.
But again, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying those portions of the conversation about Cassie are relevant to this conversation, because it's not the chart.
One's tone goes high, is because they know they're
no. I'm saying that's why I literally said a few seconds ago the circumstances surrounding Cassie, her involvement, don't really count here because it has nothing to do with the crimes he was charged with. Because I do think she was a victim, and I don't think she was a
of what?
I think she was sexually assaulted by him. I think she was.
Well, no, but
I think she was forced to be in a sexual situation that she did not want to be a part of, and I think that there was violence used to keep her in that situation and keep her quiet. So, yes, but I do think he deserves to stay in jail for the time that he's been requested to serve, and I think there was a reason why he also, at this point in the trial, was saying, I did horrible things. He admitted to being a horrible person.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying. I agree with all of that part. He admitted all that. Okay. But when you were saying, I think, we're not talking about what we think. We're
Correct.
talking about what we know. We know that he was not charged with rape. We know that he was not charged with sexual assault. And even if he wasn't found guilty of it. He was convicted of prostitution, which means he paid for somebody to have sex with somebody. He paid for the people to have sex with her. She engaged in the sex. So either it was consensual sex with friends who got benefits, or it was paid prostitution that they both got. I'm only saying, like, they both engaged in prostitution. Should they not both be convicted?
No, because again, you didn't add the other or, which is what I'm saying. The other or is that she was forced into a situation that she did not want to was not a willing participant in. But we don't know.
But that would be sex assault or rape.
Correct.
And he wasn't convicted of that.
That's what I'm saying. Again, that's why that's why this part of that, because that's not what he was being charged for. So that's not a part of this conversation.
Okay, listen, I'm not saying I think Cassie should be locked up. So let me be very clear for that. I'm just saying that 50 months for prostitution when half the people watching the show have bought a prostitute is like wrong, right? But anyway, that's my own opinion. You can have fun with that in the comments. Now, he's going to receive some credit, Diddy is, for time served because he's been locked up for a while now. He will serve 3 years. Prosecutors initially sought 11 years for 2 forms of prostitution. Now, that doesn't seem extreme. Come on now. Black people in America getting locked up for 2 counts of prostitution, 11 years. The motive behind the prosecution appears to be motivated by all these other things. And rightfully so. Yeah. He probably should have been convicted of other things, but he wasn't. So to give him 11 years for 2 counts of prostitution it's an abuse of law. I'm sorry. And look, that means that, I mean, you speed too many times, you go to jail for 10 years? Like, no.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think that's why the judge made the decision that was made. The judge can't give him excessive time for something he wasn't charged with, but I think the judge also was saying, I can't just let you go scot-free because you did do some things that were heinous.
He not only not let him go scot-free, but he also super penalized him to make up from the fact that the state couldn't really prove its case or whatever. Now, on top of that, judge hit him with 5 years of supervised release and a $500,000 fine for 2 counts of prostitution. So probably no more than $5,000 for sex has cost him 5 years in prison, $500,000, and 5 years of probation. I don't even want to talk on the phone to nobody anymore after this. Well, anyway, the order came down after Diddy addressed the court with an emotional apology. He called his actions disgusting, shameful, and sick. He said his kids deserve better, and he admitted that he let his mother down as well. It's also important to note he also had appearances scheduled the week after because he thought he was getting out. Diddy, why the hell you do that? That's what really pissed the court off, because it's almost like, okay, let's hurry up and get this over with and go ahead and book me. No, you take that. You sit down and you do your time because you thought, and I'm not switching up here, so please don't be in the comments about, oh, you switched up. No, now I'm getting on Diddy's ass. Pause. Now I'm getting on your ass. Why did you think that you were just going to get out scot-free and just be able to walk out and get on your jet and fly and go start doing appearances drinking Ciroc? Nah, you don't get to do that. You are being humbled. Okay, we are sitting Diddy down. Okay, Diddy, sit your little ass down. By the way, you don't look like this no more. They say you hella gray, looking like a black Santa Claus over there. Okay, but either way, no, now you did the crime, you got to do the time. I still think it's too much time, and I'm not going to talk too much because you are going to get out and start blowing up people's cars again, allegedly. I don't know. I don't want no smoke because I don't want to fear turning my ignition on and then, up in smoke.
Oh, my God.
Following court, Diddy's lawyer said that his team was immediately preparing to appeal. Now, before court, Diddy did write a letter to the judge and had Young Miami, Gina, one of his girlfriends, and more write in letters of support. Young Miami's letter left Yonti, Tia Kemp, disappointed. Y'all know Tia had a lot to say. First of all, Tia, they need to remove you from Instagram because you are... No, they don't. We need you. Take a look.
Karrueche, I'm trying to be your friend, girl. I'm trying to. But after I see you wrote that letter for that dick slanging baby oil bandit, I don't know if I looking like that shit, girl. Nah, I don't know. Nah, I don't give a fuck. If you claim he treated you better, but the shit you saw he was doing, I wouldn't dare want to be affiliated with a motherfucker like that no more. I wouldn't have nothing to say. My lips will be zipped. I don't give a fuck. But you see what money will do to people? You see? You see that shit? Do you see that shit? I wouldn't have wrote a letter for that son of a bitch for nothing, not a motherfucking thing. Do you understand me? Not the way I would have found out all that shit. That bitch, that nasty dick bitch was.
So do you agree with Yanti?
Yep.
So if you had a boyfriend who was caught up like this and he was taking care of you and taking care of your family and everything and he got in trouble, you wouldn't support him?
Not if I didn't know what was going on and I found out what was going on. 911. If you out in the street, if you murdering people and burying bodies in the backyard, I'm not saying him.
Okay, but now you're see.
No,
this
I'm saying
is the problem.
I'm saying
we're not talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, which is the type of guy you would have brought home from a club. We're talking about Diddy.
If somebody's committing a crime that I was dating and I didn't know they were committing a crime, when I found out they were committing heinous crimes,
you would call 911.
911.
Heinous crimes, like what level crime?
If heinous, that's why I said.
If your boyfriend was buying prostitutes, you would call 911.
No.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. He did not.
Yanti is not talking about buying prostitutes.
Let's back up.
She's talking about everything
let's back up.
He did.
He allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car before Young Miami. He allegedly did all the dirt with Danny Kane before Young Miami. When are we going to stop paying for the past indiscretions of everybody else and their trauma? I'm sorry. That means that, so the next person I get with, I got to know everything they did before me.
I know what you're doing, and I'm not.
What? What do you mean you know what I'm doing? I'm asking a legit question. There are people watching right now. We don't even Google some of the people that we deal with. Do you Google everybody you deal with?
Usually, yeah.
You do not. You meet them online.
And then
I'm sorry, that 3-line description of top bottom verse doesn't tell you who the fuck they are, Rob.
But I Google. I do Google.
I don't Google.
I do.
I don't.
Because I don't want to end up
in somebody with Shamar.
Correct. But I agree with Yanti. Yes, I agree with her. Like, thank you very much.
Anyway, Diddy will be home in 3 years. We have 3 more years to report on this. Goodbye. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Where's it at? I had to tweet. I said, enough with the Twitters. I need music, and that's it. I am sick of the online. Are you sick of it?
I'm tired.
I said I'm tired. We are all tired. We are tired of having to report on this. We have been reporting on this for 7 years now. 7 years, Rob, of my life. Our life has been consumed with talking about this. By the way, Cardi, you are snatched here. And why they always pick an evil-looking picture of Nicki to accompany? Because that's probably what she sounds like on the internet all day. Hey, Nicki, we know you're watching. Since dropping her sophomore album, Am I the Drama, Cardi B has proved that she is, in fact, all of the drama. From her JT and Bia disses to her nuclear war with Nicki Minaj and the whole baby gate. I have to tell you, I have not been at work because I've been in Paris with the upper echelon who are not having a conversation about this mess. And I watched all the baby attacks going on both sides, and it was quite frankly disgusting and disappointing. And I love my friend, but my friend knows that she is the marketing plan for everybody else anytime she does anything, whether she drop a baby or drop an album. Here come the haters. So you already know that. So to watching all of the stuff go down, which I'm gonna unpack now because I haven't had a chance to talk about it, was quite frankly disappointing. And as somebody who used to really love hip hop, who fell in love with it again during Drake and Kendrick, who's now fallen out of love of it again because of this, it's just quite disappointing. But nonetheless, here we are. In the last episode, we broke down Cardi and JT and Bia's diss tracks and got into her and JT's beef on X. Since then, Bia broke her silence on Cardi's diss, telling Nessa Diab what she thought about it. Listen.
And so, what did you initially think when you did hear Cardi's Pretty and Petty? When she is talking clearly about you, she too is addressing it. Like, were you like, oh, this is exciting? Like, do you like the competition? How did you view it when you heard it?
I was like, oh, I'm glad she got that. I'm glad she felt like she could get that off. But overall, like, for real, I knew it was coming. Because, like, this is rap. I'm competitive. So, like, I diss you, you diss me. But you diss me, I diss you. It's like,
right.
It was like a thing that we know what the reasons were and why it was all happening. So I like, it's part of the game.
Right.
It doesn't really, like, make me feel no type of way other than, like, It's not true. Like there's things on there that's like, and what am I supposed to do? Keep rapping with Partisan? You know, I gotta like let that go. If she want to get on the stream or she want to like get in the booth with me in the real life and like really rap and do it for real, like I would do it.
Would you?
Yeah, I would do it because I write on the spot. Like when this all happened, it happened for me in 24 hours. As soon as I cut that disc,
You talk about Sue Me.
Yeah.
You talk about Sue Me.
As soon as I dropped Sue Me, Let It Go, that all happened. She said my name on live, Sue Me, 24 hours.
Oh. Okay, because you know what? I think the timeline...
Like me, I washed my hands. Like as soon as I cut that, it was like, okay, I got my off. Now you feel like you have to get your off, cool. You know, I'm not mad at it, but I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you and the writer for over and over. This is a year later.
You know, and I think like what you took, even with her song Pretty and Petty, you kind of, I don't want to say made light of it, but you use it in your promo, right?
Yeah, I
like
did.
where you're like, clearly she's talking about you. And does someone know 5 of your songs? You're using that to promote the album, posters. Like it didn't seem like, I don't want to say hurt your feelings, but it didn't seem like it did that to you.
I'm super like, I'm a Leo, so.
What does that mean?
Like,
Tell me
we're
what.
like real unbothered. Like we really don't, if it doesn't affect my day to day.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that girl.
Yeah.
I'm not that girl.
How did everybody around you feel when they did hear Pretty and Petty? Were they like, Bia? Or do they know your energy and they're kind of like, all right.
None of us even listened to it like the whole song. We just heard like clips. We were just like, oh, okay, we see the clips, but really like it's kind of split. Like I got some friends and people on my team that's like, oh, you need to get to the studio now and you need to go fire off on her. And then there's I got other people that's like, no, like you're so not on. I'm so happy right now, so peaceful. Like everything in my life is beautiful. So for me to bring on that energy, I feel like I could go back to the studio and it would keep me in that same low frequency conversation that I don't want to be in for the next year or 2 years. It's like,
yeah,
I would rather find a better way to do it. But
oh yeah.
Okay, first of all, I want to say, Bia, you look snatched and you look cute during that interview. I did see the video. Me and Bia share the same birthday. We were August 16th Leo. So first of all, shout out to all the Leos. And one thing she said that is true is we are unbothered. We don't give a shit because we got too much going on to worry about that. However, we're bothered a little bit because we are then plotting the nuclear attack on you. So like you lied about that part because we're unbothered, meaning like I knew what you meant. Like it didn't make you lose a night of sleep, but you definitely thought of how to destroy her because that's how we're made. The second thing is you kept taking digs at her and her writer, saying, oh, I'm not going to fight with her writer. Listen, the fact that you're a writer and you had enough time on your hand to write a diss track in response to Cardi B the first time and failed is diabolical because you're the writer. You could have written it and you did not write anything that was long lasting. And I think that, in this instance, the fact that she waited as long as she did and she ethered you, whether she wrote it or she wrote it with everybody in the room, doesn't matter because it's what hit harder and hers hit harder than yours. You also lied when you said that you didn't listen to the whole song. You absolutely listened to the whole song. I'm sure you even danced to it. You probably made a TikTok video because somebody of that stature was talking about you. But, of course, you could never air that. We all do something. We write an email and then delete it. You did that. Yeah, but in that interview with Nessa, you still didn't talk about 5 songs that all of us should take the gun from our head and not be dead from. Remember Cardi said, name 5 Bia songs, point a gun to your head, bow, you're dead. You didn't even take this time to talk about 5 songs of yours, and I still don't know 5 songs. Do you?
I know the Bodega one. That's the only one I know.
Not Cardi. You don't know 5 of Cardi songs?
No, I know 5 Cardi songs. I thought you said, do I know 5?
Do you know 5 of Bia songs?
No, I said I know that one Bodega song. That's the one I know.
That's Cardi's song.
No.
Bodega Baddies?
No. The something at the
What's
Bodega.
The name?
I don't know.
So you don't even know that
one. That's
one.
what I said. That's her.
Okay,
one
just
song
stop. Well, my point. Did you think she was bothered?
Yes, she was big bothered. So this whole interview was prepared. She knew she was going to take the digs about the writer. That was all planned. She was ready because she was bothered. The whole nobody in my camp listened to it. Maybe 1 or 2 of them. Girl, everybody listened to it. They all reported back to you because you put, like you said, you put out that diss track. It flopped, and then now she waited. It took her sweet time, and she laid you out. So this to me was her tapping out of the fight.
And And it was a good tap.
Yeah. It's okay. Just tap out.
Well, let's get into something that we know is not going to tap out, and that is Cardi's nuclear war fight with Nicki Minaj. Did you see it?
Yes.
It was a lot.
It was too much. I'm tired.
And her mentions of Ice Spice and Lotto. By the way, I forgot to mention I saw Ice Spice and talked to Ice Spice during Fashion Week. Things began when Nicki and her super fan. Oh, let me just let's back up. This is going to be a lot because we saw a lot. And I was traveling when all this was happening, and I was like, I'm not even inspired to go and get into this conversation, because when it first started out what it was, and then when it got into what it became, I was like, I don't even have duck boots on to stand in the shit. So like, I don't even want to go near it. But nonetheless, I have a job to do, and I'm back, and you guys have been all online telling me, go online. Here I am. There was this whole nuclear war between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, and there were so many people that got dragged into it. And then we talked about the JT beef, and JT, I'm sorry, you dropped that diss track. It got 25,000 spins at a skating rink, and just now has disappeared from the internet. And you're still on Twitter fighting with Cardi B. It's so sad to see you go down. This is almost like a single engine plane just burning smoke and hurtling towards the mountains in a no recovery downfall. I don't know why you're gonna go out like that. You're too pretty, too talented, and like, I mean, you spent years in prison. Like, you fought worse battles. Why? Anyway. Things began when Nicki and her superfans tried to claim that Cardi's album numbers didn't clear hers, and she started coming for Cardi's appearance, her surgeries, even calling her Barney B. Nicki also spoke on Cardi's pregnancy with her NFL boyfriend, Stephon Diggs. Before I show you what she said, I have to tell you, we all knew that Cardi being pregnant was going to be the thing that they bring up. One, because she was with a man that she left, who she says was cheating on her, for a man who has multiple kids and multiple kids on the way while she has a kid on the way. She left a marriage with a man who committed to her to get with a man who doesn't seem to be committing with anybody. And on top of that, the man that she had the new baby by has allegations of sex assault or whatever from a guy that are, I'll say allegedly from a guy who says he allegedly gave him some pill that made him soften up to get a tongue stuck in his ear. We can go back and forth on that all day because maybe he liked it. I don't know their situation. But either way, Cardi, you gave them a lot to work with. That's the thing. That said, she's also pregnant. In every pregnancy that Cardi has had, Nicki and her fans have always run that moment. We can go back over the history. It tells itself. Well, this is what Nicki Minaj had to say about Cardi's pregnancy. Look, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pregnant, play with his bussy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, surgery to look like me, tell the rat and tell Jay-Z, RICO, fraud, and perjury. Why Jay-Z continues to get shots, I don't know. She put a camel up there looking like Jay-Z. She put a picture of Barney with a Cardi B hairstyle. Obviously, Nicki had a lot of time on her hands. When you saw all of that, let me see what you thought. When you saw all of that, what did you think?
I thought, one, well, we know she listened to the song. And two, I was like, I don't know why they keep talking about the surgeries for Cardi, because she talks about her surgeries in her music. Like, she doesn't care. It's not a dig. So that, to me, was not hitting. And I just thought, here we go. They're just going to start attacking Cardi because she's doing well.
And let me say this. Cardi, with all her surgeries, she looks good. Now, I don't think she needs to have any more, but that's Cardi's choice. It's her body, her choice. But I think Cardi looks great. In fact, I was looking at some old videos and photos of Cardi and new ones, and I can see what she's changed. I think the changes she made are fine. I think, I think she made the money to upgrade her looks where she wanted to and how she wanted to, and so what? Cardi claimed Cocaine Barbie, Nicki Minaj must have missed her these past 7 years, and she posted this. Damn, she was streaming Magnet hard as hell, huh? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, your man has to snatch pussy. Pussy tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds. Cocaine Barbie, the power I have making these bitches come out of rehab every time. Go to your fucking room. Nothing more annoying than a bored bitch. You must have missed me, huh? Crazy. Now kiss my feet. Why she had to do all that? Why?
They opened the floodgate.
Right, but Cardi hit her low. I mean, we talk about her man and her brother.
And her cocaine habit.
I forgot that one. It was so many reads. It was brutal. But you could tell Cardi was done.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the crazy part. Me and Cardi had just had a conversation where I was like, I ain't been around. I haven't been calling because I don't want to create anything that makes the ghost of record release past come out. Because this person here, okay, Nicki, I'm a fan of your music, but you are an evil ass nasty bitch. Like, you are just a nasty girl. Like, in my old world, if I didn't love her so much and I wasn't so sick of how mean you were, you would have been the type of girl I would have been around when I was in my non-therapy, heavy drinking, bad attitude days. But like, you're like, now that I'm sober and I'm in therapy and I'm a lot more clear-minded, you're just mean. You're just an evil, mean person. And I don't mean that to start a fight with the Barbs. I don't know, you started a fight. You attacked her pregnancy, which is attacking her baby. You attacked her man, who didn't ask for any of this. I mean, there is that booty popping video he has bouncing on that seat, though. It's kind of hot. I ain't gonna lie, Stefan. Well, anyway, she also fired back against Nicki, talking about her pregnancy. And here's Cardi in her clapback. All right, now this is the third tweet talking about my pregnancy like you wasn't going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce from all them perks scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly.
Allegedly.
Lord, protect my babies. Why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag that you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself with your peers that started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with. You can't because you're doing all of them. You're doing lower than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. What the fuck is you comparing yourself to me for? Okay, first of all, Cardi, keep Rihanna out of this because Rihanna don't want nothing to do with none of this mess. I know what you're saying. You're saying that somebody of a superstar level, put Beyonce in there, put Lady Gaga in there, like Lady Gaga, right? Yeah. Put Mariah Carey in there, but like, leave Rihanna alone. Rihanna just had her baby. Well, shout out to Rihanna who just had her baby, by the way. Leave Rihanna alone. She don't want that. She ain't in none of this. But I know what you're trying to say. Like, compete where you compare. Don't compete where you don't compare. Like, you right now are the new wave, and you're the girl now, and she was the girl then. Compete to your peer group. I get it, right?
Yeah.
But is Nicki coming off as a bully?
Absolutely. That's what she always does. There's a old clip from Wendy floating around now where Wendy was like talking about Nicki, and she was like, all she does, she just hates everybody. Actually, give me my list. She puts the list up and she goes down the list of all the people Nicki fights with. Like, that's how she stays relevant right now. She just is a mean girl.
And I was just giving, I don't know if I did it privately or publicly, but I was just giving Nicki her praises. Like, she has her man, she has her baby, she's had a successful tour. I think she had lost some weight, so she was looking better. Maybe she's in a good place. Damn. And she's an icon. Like, why?
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Well, after Cardi and Nicki's first run in their reignited beef, audio of Cardi going off on Ice Spice's manager James 1 year ago surfaced in which she mentions Lotto. Now, mind you, this is after she had a song with Lotto. Listen.
I want to let you. What she say? What she said? Why you want to act dumb? Why you want to act dumb?
Trust me, I really don't know.
You don't know? I'ma show ya. I'm not Lotto. I'ma beat her the fuck up. I'ma knock her the fuck out. Oh yeah. I'ma beat her ass. I'ma get riot beat up by my niggas. Y'all gonna see what the fuck is up. You think I'm fucking pussy ass Lotto?
Sorry, tell me what's that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm on vacation.
Bro, I don't gotta fucking tell y'all shit that she said. Because y'all know
name so they can speak? She about to do this Empire State joint.
Nah, she about to get. Oh, she in New York? She in New York? Try to link up. Try to link up. Try to link up. Try to link up. Where y'all at? Where y'all niggas is at? Where y'all niggas is at? Where y'all niggas at? Where y'all niggas at? Where y'all niggas at?
Are you going to tell me what she said?
You know what the fuck she said, nigga? I'm gonna tell you what she said. Y'all wanna fucking act stupid? Nigga think I'm Lotto? You think I'm naked? I'll beat you the fuck up. All y'all. I'ma beat her ass. I'ma beat her. Any red carpet, any fucking show I see her, any fucking event, I'ma fucking beat her. I'ma go in that mouth. I'm going in that mouth. I told y'all before I don't have a problem with her. I told y'all before I don't have a problem with her. I always tell me what I told you about her thing, about the verse with Cash Go Bang. Yo, y'all need to work it out. Y'all need to work it out because you need to be on the song. Y'all want to fucking play in my face? I'ma beat the shit out of her. I'm not like none of these rap bitches. I'm not like none of these rap bitches. I'll fuck all y'all niggas up.
Cardi, hold up. James, what happened to the verse you was supposed to be doing?
Fuck the verse, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Ain't no fucking verse. I'ma beat her.
She did it. She couldn't, like...
No, I'ma beat her the fuck up. Okay? Y'all niggas think I'm playing? You think that I'ma show you. I'ma show you. I don't give a fuck who your daddy is, nigga.
James, go ahead, talk to Ice Spice. Let her know she has an issue. Now...
An issue. She have an issue. She gonna...
Okay, first of all, Cardi's that neighbor that lives in your building that won't shut the fuck up. That's so loud that you keep calling the manager's office like, hello, can you please go to 2A and tell them to shut the fuck up? I haven't lived in an apartment building in a long time, but do you remember those neighbors who if they live upstairs, you're always hitting the ceiling with your broom or you're always stomping on the floor because they're yelling at the top of their lungs? Cardi, you have to live in a house to where we don't have to hear this because anybody living next to you would be calling 911 and asking you to be charged with the same RICO that Diddy got for racketeering or whatever. I don't know the history of what made her that mad. Do you?
No.
I mean, because obviously she was upset.
She lost the voice.
But here's the other thing. You know you're mad when you don't say all y'all. It's all y'all. She ain't even pronunciate the double L's. Well, I saw Ice Spice and James, who was her manager, in Paris for Fashion Week, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, how do we build bridges? Because I'm still in my peace phase. And look, y'all leave me there because don't nobody bring me out of that because I'm telling you right now, I will go back to Bigo. I will go back to live streaming. I will bring back Problematic. Please leave me in the space that I'm the please leave me there. But I said, you know, how do we like end this? Because the same with Ice Spice. I'm like, yo, like I just saw recently Ice did an interview where she was talking positive about Cardi, but this happened so long ago that now in the midst of all the chaos, it got released. Now, here's something interesting to know. I don't know how this got released. I heard Tubby on the phone, who Tubby is Cardi's manager, but he was on the phone. Then I saw James Roseman, who is Ice Spice's manager, on the phone. You can hear that he was on the phone. And you can hear Cardi, so clearly this was recorded on Cardi's end. So it was somebody in that room with Cardi that had to release that audio, which is fucked up because if it wasn't Cardi, who was putting it out to create all this nonsensical drama? Well, anyway, when you heard that, what did you think?
I want to know what Ice Spice said to make Cardi that mad that she lost her voice. And I was like, dang, I wish she wouldn't have said I ain't pussy like Lotto, because what I think she was just saying was like, I'm not just a rap girl, I'll actually beat you when I see you.
Or like, I'm not gonna just let this go away.
Right. I'm gonna beat you up.
I don't think she was saying that Lotto was a pussy.
She wasn't, and that's why I was saying that it came off because she said those words. That's why people are like, she said that, but I think she apologized to Lotto too.
Wait, can I just say it? Lotto, you look good.
They all look good now.
No, Lotto, did you see her on Watch What Happens Live?
No.
She's on Watch What Happens Live with Giselle. You know Giselle Bryant. They look like twins. Like Giselle, of course, looks like she could be her mom, but like not too older. But you know, anyway, I saw Giselle during in New York the other day too. But Giselle and Lotto look good. Lotto is looking good as hell. Lotto,
she's beautiful.
you need to be on the Pretty and Petty as Fuck remix because you are pretty and petty as fuck. Well, anyway, something set Cardi off to where she just acted a complete, just deranged, murderous Dominican. And I will tell you, those of us who love Dominicans, although we want somebody that loves us, we also love them for that. They're crazy. Like, they're crazy. She's hormonal. Well, no, she wasn't hormonal. Yeah. Wait. No, she wasn't hormonal because this was before. Okay, so she was Dominican, and she was mad. Well, anyway, JT, who ended up in a beef on X with Cardi's sister Hennessy, chimed in on the audio leak and said this to Cardi. This is really sad how people speak on people behind the scenes. This is scary. I wonder what triggered this. The lotto stray, but went getting a verse from that girl, but I'm fake. Whoa. And keep saying she only got 25,000 streams. We ain't even know. Cardi quickly addressed the lotto mention and apologized. This is what Cardi said about it. She said, I was ranting and hot at the moment, but I fuck with Lotto heavy. I respect everything about her, including her team. That's so sweet. And nope, I'm not too prideful to apologize to somebody I really respect. So this is my public apology. And now I'm privately buying her a bag. And I don't give a fuck. I'm still in the motherfucking house. Okay, well, great job for piecing it up. But we haven't seen the bag. So, Cardi, we need proof of purchase at this point. If anybody, do your thing, TikTok. Cardi, we need a proof of purchase. And don't get her a Kelly bag. Go get her the Birkin because you're big Barty. We need the big Birkin. Well, Nicki came for Cardi again and her kids. While all that was going on, take a look. She said, Barney B, I know you don't know this, but some women plan their pregnancies, you dirty Heineken pussy thought. We don't let fuck us while pregnant for the next trade who got 4 other people why'd she call him a trade? I fucking hate Nicki Minaj. She's so messy. We don't let fuck us while we pregnant for the next trade who got 4 other people pregnant. You see, the devil has come to collect. You sold your soul. You made a pact, but you lost. Now hear this. You've been neutralized in the mighty name of Jesus. Every word you speak on me or mine will now curse your enablers more than your dizzy brain could ever fathom. I was pregnant for my first love, got married, and next year got pregnant for my soulmate on purpose. You see, Barney, we planned it. Your medical records in the strip club to now look embarrassing, and your father, well, anyway, you are about to shrivel up and die inside. You call black women monkeys and roaches. Now one day people will call your daughters monkeys and roaches. Anyway, I used double the protection in every relationship until I was ready. See the difference between a hoe and the queen? She's so stupid. Find me, bitch. Remember, y'all called cops on us last time. Made them tell us we had to leave New York because you and your man was afraid for y'all lives. Nah, ho. Drop the receipts, Barney B. You'll be eating out the garbage cans of the Bronx in the name of Jesus soon. Fuck the vultured birthday. Okay. That set Cardi off. Let me first start by saying that, again, real hip-hop beef, it belongs in the records. Social media, all the tweets and this and that and the blogs and having all of us talking about it other than the music, it's pointless because with JT streaming 25,000 records and only getting 1 cent per, I think it was 1 cent per 100,000 streams or something, like you didn't even get a penny. I don't even know what the conversion rate is, but like what value does all this bring if you're not sending them somewhere to get monetized? And then talking about the kids. Well, Cardi told Nicki to go celebrate her son's birthday instead of beefing on his big day. Take a look. I don't want to read all this, but I'm going to read this one since I read all the Nicki's. But she said, wait, bring that ass here. You talking about my father? My father never been to jail a day in his life. Go get a detective and tell them to run them records. Don't put them dirty allegations from your bloodline on mine. Your daddy was a crackhead and your brother was raping his stepchild. You got medical records on me, post them. Chill. Gonna leave me the fuck alone today. And let me tell you something. Let this be the last time you mention my kids before I spill tea on yours while you talking about ABCs. You gonna leave me the fuck alone today, ho. I'm sick of you, bitch. Like, damn, how you pressed over an album you ain't got hit and mentioned in. Bitch, feelings hurt because I ain't paid her no attention. You haven't even cut your fucking kid's cake. My God, it's 6 o'clock in LA. You must have took your first line in the day. She's talking about cocaine. When have I ever had a seizure? You the one that went out on that award show saying you ain't want to call 911 after you was shaking from that drug overdose, talking about a talking about a not miss. I'm standing right here. Girl, it's your son's birthday. Why are you on Twitter dedicating essays to me? For the love of God, go to Chuck E. Cheese. And then she continued, bitch, you've been having cum stains in your mouth since you was a minor because your daddy used to molest you, bitch. Tell the world that's why you wake up so fucking miserable, because you hurt and full of trauma and trying to apply it to everybody else. And why the fuck you keep bringing up Rock Nation? I'm not signed to them, you delusional, paranoid, coke sniffling bitch. Drop the Addy right now and don't go tagging the feds and the police like you did 3 months ago, you pussy bitch. Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak and banging spoon. Papa Bear, I'm sorry you can't speak and banging spoons because your mom couldn't put the drugs down. I'm sorry your mom not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she's such an obsessed and dark-spirited hating hoe. I'm so sorry. Trying to call me out to fight because I'm pregnant as fuck. You never have that energy when I see you in person. I seen you at 2 Met Galas and you never have that energy. But where the fuck you at? My is outside right now and nowhere to find y'all. Okay. I can't read anymore. No. Okay. No. Okay. You lying funky feet, bitch. That's all I'm gonna read on that. You can screenshot it. That's the point when you knew it was. There's no going back.
No going back.
Because at that point they both have attacked each other's kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Cardi hit. That was hard.
Yeah.
Cardi's thing is it's like a Leo. Once you attack us, we got to hit you as hard as we can to crack your face. She probably thought Nicki was going to be done. Yeah.
I don't think she thought that.
But did it cross the line?
Yeah, I think Nicki had a couple good bars in the first tweet, and she should have just stopped it before the Jesus rant and before she started talking about the kids. And
what Jesus did she be talking about?
She
our
was
Jesus?
saying in the name of Jesus. Yeah, and I'm like,
is she talking about our
I think
Jesus?
so.
Because he don't like this.
Right. You don't like this ugly. That's why I was like, she should have just left it because the first few bars were good. And then she like lost it. She went on a crazy rant. And then her and JT calling her, talking about she can't say this because she ain't black. Come on now. She's Dominican. Know your history, people. Like, leave her alone. Let the woman be herself. But
Nicki continued coming for Cardi and her kids, calling them bald monkeys. By the way, Cardi never called black people monkeys or roaches. Y'all keep trying to create that narrative, and it's something that's been annoying for years. But anyway, this is what Nicki said. I'm gonna kick your gums back into formation. Trump says, face. Dear Culture Vulture, your mom is pregnant with another monkey to add to her litter. The gag is that she was jealous of a little baby boy simply because his hair was longer than all of 4 of you bald monkeys put together. Well, that, of course, created, I mean, I know Cardi. Cardi was seeing nothing but red, and we ain't talking about gang affiliation. We're talking about red, bloody murder. This is what Cardi said. You said you're going to kick my child guns back. Didn't you say you was in New York this past words? Now, where the fuck you at? Because today going to be the day I go to jail. And then she goes on and talking about how she's demonic and a loser and jealous and evil. Well, she then delivered what claimed to be her last message to Nicki, and it wasn't. Take a look. She wrote a letter to her that I thought, when it started out, Dear Onika Tanya Mirage, I thought it was going to be like, I'm sorry, like, we've had our past, but we're in a much better, we're adults. She went in and called her a possessed drug addict. Well, despite Cardi trying to put things to rest, Nicki kept coming for Cardi, her kids, Stefan, Offset, and Cardi's sponsors. Take a look. She went on and on claiming that she's always doing this with dark-skinned women and so forth. But you know the crazy part, Nicki, is that Cardi actually talked about light-skinned women and privilege in her music, where she was saying, she was speaking out against that. So those of us that are following the receipts and following the records know that what you're saying is not true. I mean, honestly, I don't want to spend a lot more time on this because I was embarrassed for my friend for allowing herself to be stooped so low. And, you know, we had our private conversation that I'll leave there. But what I will say is that, you know, Cardi has had a phenomenal rollout. The album is phenomenal. I'm happy that she's glowing during her pregnancy. She made a decision as a woman to have a baby by a man that she knew had other kids and was fully aware. This is not somebody who was in the dark about many things, because she stays on the internet. So if this is what she chose to do, it's her choice. Do I have an opinion about it as a friend? Yes. Have I told her my opinion about it? No, because it's her life. She gets to do whatever she wants to do. And, you know, if she's happy, I'm happy. When she's not happy, I'm not happy. But I'm not in this beef. But as an outsider of somebody that loves hip hop and just watch Kendrick and Drake have the most phenomenal back and forth on in music, that's what I want to see. I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to talk about female rapper beef. This person don't like this person. Lil' Kim don't like this person, or this person don't like Lil' Kim. There's enough room for everybody to be good if you are good. But if you are a TikTok, no talent, can't sell an album, need to have Lee press on nails so you can look like a Cardi B rapper, and I'm not saying that to any one person. If you're just a product that an industry created to try to compete with Cardi, and if it's not hitting at that level, just try to collaborate. You know, when I look at Nicki and the domination she had over the industry when they brought Cardi in, or when Cardi came into the game, you know, it was a healthy competition, and, you know, the public liked Cardi. It is what it is. She was a star before she was an artist. So why now it's become this visceral reaction every time she comes out, and now an attack on kids? To me, I think this, if drugs are not involved, there's definitely mental health, because there's no way we got here based on a song, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And to the point you just made, that there's so much room for female artists in this industry, and it's such a beautiful thing that we see so many different voices in hip hop from women, because Cardi don't sound like Nicki. Nicki don't sound like Glorilla. Glorilla don't sound like Megan. Megan don't sound like Ice Spice. They don't sound like Lotto. They're all different, and they're all unique, and they're all special, and they all earn their spot. So, like, the fact that Cardi collaborates with a lot of them, I think is dope. Not trying to discredit them. Like, that needs to continue.
I'm glad that Lotto didn't take it personal and still cool with Cardi. I talked to Ice Spice. It didn't sound like Ice Spice has a plan out to attack Cardi, or that this fight needs to happen. I don't know the history. Offset, ironically, just did an interview where he was asked about sleeping with Saweetie, and he actually denied it. Take a look at that.
Is that true to you and Sweetie?
No, man. It was a rumor, man. And I feel like it was something deeper than that for the split of me and bro. It was something deeper than that.
So maybe now Saweetie and Cardi can do songs together. Not that we see any of Saweetie's music. I really don't know what any of you are doing. And I'll be honest with you, I am so sick of all the drama in hip hop that I really feel like, female hip hop, that I really feel like labels need to start. If it ain't good for the music, if it's not good for why you're here, we don't want it. Go back to working at Wendy's, or go to work at Hertz and start parking cars, or go to the strip clubs, do something, but like get out of hip hop, because you all are picking up a baton of a musical lineage that is Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, Yo-Yo,
Lil' Kim.
Little Kim. You're picking up the baton and you're fucking putting it in the sewer, and we're sick of it. Like, it's not good for anything. And Nicki, when you start talking about brands need to stop supporting Cardi B, I don't know what brand deals you have, if any, but you're no better. I mean, what you did in gaslighting and triggering all of this conflict for your own entertainment, and was met with the same energy, you can't be the pot calling the kettle black. And I quite frankly don't get in the slums of female hip hop anymore. I leave that to the YouTubers and all the people online who are making their 15 cents a day commenting on this nonsense. I think it is beneath all of you. I think you all are talented. I actually, and I mean this, I actually thought, okay, Cardi didn't take no shots at Nicki. Nicki's been quiet. Cardi and Nicki gonna do a song together. Well, I've given up on that at this point, because neither one of you can see through this. Like, this, and I don't blame Cardi for being upset, and I don't blame Nicki for being upset. I blame Nicki for starting it all, and I blame Cardi for falling into the trap. But nonetheless, here we are. I wish you all the best. Let me see. Is there other things? Nicki apologized. Put that up real quick. It wasn't really an apology. Anyway, I'm done. All right. Tia Kemp had her own version of what happened. Take a look.
Team Nicki or Cardi. What the fuck are you talking about? I ain't got no teams. Like, what the fuck I need to be on a team for? I love Cardi B. I ain't with all that animated ass shit. It's time to stop all that Barbie shit and grow the fuck up. Who the fuck want to be a Barbie doll? Bitch, we in our 40s. I'm about to be 49 next month. I ain't no motherfucking doll, baby. I ain't shit to play with. Yeah, I'm on that real shit. You got to be real. I like them both, but you already know I love me some motherfucking Cardi. And Cardi is unmatched. Yeah, she a real person to me. She ain't all that crazy fucked up shit. What? I'm okay, bro. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm bitch, what the fuck? Come on, man. I ain't with all them sound effects and shit. I ain't with that shit, bitch. I'm gonna be straight up and tell you, ho. Face pretty. I know I go probably win a pageant, baby. Yeah. Shit. I want you to understand every motherfucking thing I'm saying to you, ho. I'm gonna cuss your ass out. I'm not with all that. I'm just coming to see. I'll tell you what. Yeah, fuck all that shit. You a puss ass, swole face, ugly ass bitch. Your mama ain't want you, big ass, baby ass bitch. Y'all say it out loud. Fuck all that other shit. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what y'all motherfuckers say. Or who y'all like right now? Right fucking now. We don't want to hear nothing about no old albums and all that other shit. It's about I am the drama right now. Stop it.
Give Tia Kemp her own show, please.
Yes.
Tia, start a podcast. You are just a mess. I love Tia. All right, listen. I just pray for peace. I will say I went to Paris. I did meet up with Gary Vee in New York, and he was like, Jason, you're a star. You're brilliant. You need to start creating more content. Like, we need your voice right now. So blame Gary Vee on what's to come, because I'm back motivated and inspired to do more. And starting on October 20th, I'll be creating more content. But yeah, I think we do the podcast a couple of days a week. I'm not in a space, and it's not my beef to take on. None of that has anything to do with me. But there's so many bigger problems in the world right now. I hope that everybody's watching this for entertainment, leaves inspired to vote yes on Prop 50 in California. Make sure that all of the people who you gave your votes to, who are allowing our country to be decimated in terms of democracy, decimated, and the values that we all have been fighting for, our ancestors have went through. Like, people died to get us to where we are. It is our responsibility to live, to allow those coming after us to live, to see a better country, a better world. Having traveled, went to Paris, it was so good to be somewhere where I didn't have to hear about Trump, and this and red Dominicans, Republicans, Democrats. You know, it was just good to like talk about life and luxury and opportunity, like, and luxury. You know, it was refreshing, and I hope that we get back to that. But this fighting and attacking children, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, low vibrational trash bin dialogue, and I just pray that it goes away. Stephen A. Smith, I didn't even get to talk about you today. Ugh. I'm gonna talk about you real quick. Stephen A. Smith had a lot to say about our friend Jasmine Crockett. Let me let you see the video. Take a look.
Yeah, it's always worse for us. Pick any historical data you want to point to. It is always worse for us. And I believe the biggest reason in this day and age ain't even about racism to the degree it once was. What it's really about is us not strategizing, playing checkers instead of chess, letting our emotions instead of facts lead the way, and letting that guide us to express ourselves in ways that serve to alienate the very people who can help us. You AOC, you Jasmine Crockett or somebody like that. Ladies, I respect. Intelligent women, no doubt. But how a Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself, I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable, and that's my day's work. That ain't work. Work is saying, that's the man in power. I know what his agenda is. I'm not exactly in a position to stop him since the Republicans have the Senate and the House. But maybe if I'm willing to work with this man, I might get something out of it for my constituency. Because like Joe Manchin said, he's there to represent, or was there for 15 years to represent, the people of West Virginia. She's supposed to be there to represent the people of Texas. I don't know, maybe that just sounds ignorant because it's so simple. But it ain't that damn complicated. We make it complicated.
Steven, you weren't even in the lineup today, and we have thoughts and prayers coming up next. But I just have to say, cooning and tap dancing for the bullshit, I hope you're getting a big check. I hope you are getting whatever, like, because I think you can be a Trumpster. You clearly are trying to make America great again in whatever that means to you all. But you didn't have to slam a black woman to do that. And you also didn't have to hold her accountable in a way that you have yet to hold Trump accountable. I have not heard the same discipline applied to Trump and everything that he's done that you tried to do to Jasmine. And I think you're talking about running for office at some point. And I don't even want to get into the fact that if you can't fix your hairline, you can't fix the country, but I'm going to leave that there. Be careful with Jasmine, because we got Jasmine's back. And I think if you're welcoming the dialogue and the screaming of opinions, Jason Lee is always ready for that debate. What did you think when you saw it?
Why does he still have a microphone? I'm just disgusted. Like, he continues to go down this slippery slope of becoming a weird black MAGA crazy person when you just saw what happened to black bodies, black children in Chicago, and you are standing in front of your microphone screaming about a black woman who is doing everything in her power to keep the masses educated about what is actually happening to us. How dare you? How dare you?
So he'll never get an Impact Award. Could you imagine if I said, "Hey, Rob, we're honoring Stephen A. Smith"?
I'll be like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Jasmine Crockett got one now.
Sure did.
Anyway, that's it, y'all. It's time for thoughts and prayers. After taking 7 years to drop her sophomore album, which she so aptly titled "Am I the Drama?", Cardi B has proved that she's the drama, the controversy, the moment, and all the commotion. I mean, who didn't know that already? Hours after dropping her album, she had the girls scattering like roaches when the lights turn on. Even in the weeks after dropping, Cardi's name is still buzzing with the girls still talking. It's given "So Obsessed with Me" with no Mariah. Cardi's not only proven that she's the drama, hell, she's like the Super Bowl, putting on a whole production and giving these girls free press. Bitches be press. Anyway, meanwhile, Bad Bunny and his halftime show news got folks out there pressed too. Trump is so pressed he tried to act like he didn't even know who Benito from Puerto Rico was. And that's cool, because we'll just act like we didn't know that was you, basketball flicking paper towels at Hurricane Maria survivors. Don't think we forgot about that. And he still got reelected. Look, between Cardi and Bad Bunny, the Latinos got the folks pressed. Elsewhere, social media is pressing Karrueche and Deion about their rumored romance. Can one of y'all just confirm it already? While the jury is still out with K and Deion, the jury's convicted Diddy, and the judge has handed down a ruling in 3 years. He'll be back outside, Diddy bopping. Until then, we'll continue following all updates in this case and in the case of Little Miss Drama and her rivals. That's it. This show is great. It's been a lot. I'm so glad to be back in the saddle, and I'm so glad that the final episode of The Jason Lee Show Season 3 on the Zeus Network will air this Sunday with Roly Poly. Make sure you check it out. In case you missed the promo that's created quite a stir online, take a look. We literally have the queen of the baddies. This is the tea I didn't know I was gonna get.
You better ask them questions.
How is it filming with all these different women?
Toxic.
Okay, so Tommy.
I was ready to get her in the streets. That's how mad I was.
So does production call you the new CEO of the baddies?
They do.
Does that create more fuel between the fight between you and Natalie?
I hope so. Natalie just off the back is a jealous person.
Mm-hmm. Which of the baddies would you sleep with?
Oh my God.
What were you doing on Jerry Springer rolling around in macaroni?
Well,
Amber Rose, why you didn't beat her up for the culture?
Jason, let me tell you something.
Well, now you say you're never going back on baddies.
Yes.
Is there anything that can change that?
I already know I'm pressured. These girls is not about to even compare.
I don't even know where to go from here. This has been a lot of tea. Rolly, are you the drama? See you Sunday. Bye.
The Jason Lee Podcast.